All right, ladies and gentlemen, good morning, a very good morning, and welcome back to the session, the Friday 9:30 trading room. Welcome back, everyone. I trust and hope that you guys are well. You guys had a good evening last night, and we are ready for the last push, the last day of the week, the last push. Yeah, I think we're ready. We're ready. All right. So Robert in the house, Kula, Jules, Particles, Kele, Tanya, Intel, V Pro. We welcome you guys. Yeah. So let's get right into it, guys. We're not gonna waste time. Let's jump straight into it. All the links are on the chat. If you're watching us for the first time, if you'd like to open up a trading account with us, TD Markets, the link is on the chat. It is tdmarkets.com. Like I said the last time, we've got different accounts uh, that will suit your style of trading, your way of trading. All right. So check them out on account types. Check them out. All right. We also do have our crypto division, TD Markets Exchange. If you wanna trade derivatives live from our platform, the website for that is tdmarkets.io. Right, everything is on the chat as well. That is tdmarkets.io. And if you have some challenges, if you come across some challenges while you're trying to do all of this, you can simply send us an email for assistance. All right, at care@tdmarkets.com. The landline is also on the chat there, right? So for any assistance, the contact details are on the chat. All right. Last but not least, the TD Markets Academy. We also have an academy, TD Markets Academy, where you can learn how to trade, where you can learn, you can learn how to be a trader. All right. All you need is an account for that. You need an account, and then you just send us an email to care@tdmarkets.com. All right. But the website here is tdmarketsacademy.com. There is an introduction, intro video that you have to watch for you to know how to navigate your way through this. So send us an email to care@tdmarkets.com such that you get that intro video to know how to move around the website. Yeah. Great stuff, guys. I think we are ready. We are ready. All right. Let me jump on the charts. I think we are ready. And let me share. All right, I'm gonna switch to my charts in a second. All right, cool. So we've been waiting for, or rather we analyzed some commodities indices, the yen pairs. So the watch list has not changed. Yeah, the watch list has not changed. We're gonna go over that. Commodities are moving. Silver is moving. Seems like silver might start moving towards the upside. So we're gonna have a look at that. And yeah, the commodities are moving. So let's start with gold and silver. All right, we've been waiting on some trading setups on gold and silver. I'm then gonna start with that, and then we are gonna proceed. Okay, great stuff. Cool. Whoa, let me just remove this. We've got gold, we've got silver. Let me do this. Okay, let me do this. Let me just change this quickly here, guys, right? Great, none. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. Here we are. In fact, I think I still have this. All right. Anyway. Okay, cool. So we've been looking at gold and silver, yeah? We've been looking at gold and silver. I'm going to start with gold because there is something which we can use to find some trading opportunities. All right. Let's see. So it's line. Great stuff. Great stuff. All right. So look at what gold is doing. Now gold, looking at the current price action, we went over the outlook, right? So we went over the outlook. So gold, looking at the current price action here, we are getting some information on this low, right? Let me first do this. We're getting some price action, which could give us a short-term buy today, and then we'll see if that buy will continue trading towards the upside. All right. So if you look at the 1 hour, this is how it is now in the 1 hour. Let me start with the 4 hour. Let me do this on the 4 hour. Let's do this on the 4 hour. All right, there we go. So gold right now, there is some information here that we can use. It tapped this low, right? It went up, it came back again one more time. It came back down again one more time to tap this area again. All right. So now the current 4 hour candle, this is the one, right? This is the current 4 hour candle. On the 8 hour, nothing much. On the daily, nothing much. So on the daily, yesterday's candle closed like this. We can see that there's no information, there's no confirmation on yesterday's candle. It just closed like this. So this is today's candle. So if you go to the lower time frame, this is the reaction we see. All right. So does this mean we're ready to go up? I would not conclude that this thing is ready to go up as yet. I wouldn't do that for a simple reason that we are trading within, we're still trading within the structure here, right? We're still trading within the structure. It's like a box. It's like a box. So right now, I would not conclude that we're going to do this as yet, right? Unless this breaks out of the structure and creates new structure. That's how I would look at gold. All right. Let's go back. That's how I would look at gold. So it means how the daily candle closes is going to be important, right? How it closes will be important, but obviously it's going to close tonight, which is going to, well, it's a Friday, the weekend. We do have gold moving in the weekend, the gold 24/7. So on your MT5 platform, look for gold 24/7. You will see it, right? That one moves over the weekend. Let me see. Gold 24/7. Okay, you guys will find it. It's there, right? Yeah. So this is how gold is looking, right? So gold can you know, they can be an intraday setup on gold. There can be an intraday setup on gold, which we will then look at how it further develops, right? an intraday buy on gold, and then we'll see how it further develops. So we are on this candle right now. We are on this structure right now. This is the candle, right? This candle at the moment, it's testing this area, this zone, this structure here, right? It's testing it. And the M15, you can see this is how it is. So this is a correction. After this aggressive move up, the market is correcting right now, or with this 1 hour candle, right? So there can be an intraday trade once the next candle continues pushing up. So you would need this candle to close like this. You would need this candle to close like this, right? And then the next one, obviously, to break above these two candles. Then there could just be what do you call this? A scalping trade, right? There could be a scalping trade, just a quick one, in and out, right? Provided that this candle closes like this. It closes like this, right? If it closes bearish and it fills this week, then that's going to give us a different outlook, right? It won't be the confirmation for upside. So this one closes like this, and then the next candle breaks even the structure above the structure here. There could be just a scalp, right? Just a quick scalp, maybe back to this zone here, right? Just a quick scalp back to the zone. So that is us now taking it one step at a time, bit by bit, right? You will notice that we still have this resistance. We still have this resistance there, right? So the break of that, the break of that structure there, the break of this resistance will then take us back to this high. And then we'll see how the structure has changed, how the structure has shifted. All right. So that's how gold is looking. This will be more of a lower time frame setup. More of a lower time frame setup. So let's see what's going to happen there. A break of that would anticipate just a quick scalp towards the upside. All right, towards the upside. So that's how gold is looking intraday. Silver has broken towards the top. So silver didn't give us this move down, right? It didn't do this before it does this. This was what we anticipated yesterday to get this correction, and then from there I'll be looking for buys. All right. So silver, let me see. There's a question on silver. Silver, I had 70, 0.3 and levels. Let's see, 70, 0.03. So 20.035 as well as 67. Yeah, around this area, 67.505, around here. And price broke, okay, and closed above. I took a buy. Can you look at it? So the question is, Kula, the question I will then ask you is, the way you took your buy, the signal that you got, is it your setup, right? Is that your setup? Do you normally take buys? Do you normally take buys when they break like this? Is this what you do consistently? Is it your setup? If that's your setup, then you know it fully than I do. You know it fully than I do, right? But let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let me do this. So silver broke out of that zero. Is it 70035? It broke above that level there. There were a lot of spikes. It broke that. This is I'm on the 8-hour time frame. I'm on the 8-hour time frame. This is the 8-hour candle now, right? So it tapped these areas. It tapped these areas, then went up. So this, this looks like a reversal, or well, not a reversal, but a continuation structure towards the upside, right? So we came back, we tapped that. Now this current candle is trading above these highs here. All right. So you took a buy, right? There could be a retest of this structure here before price continues up. So be aware of any possible retest of this before price goes up. As it is right now on the 8-hour, this is how the 4-hour is looking as well, right? So on the 8-hour, 4-hour, we would want this to create a new high, right? So close above that high, give us a new structure, and then from there, any retracement, any retests will give us a continuation up, right? It doesn't seem like it doesn't seem like price is gonna do this, right? It doesn't seem like price is gonna do this because we don't have any confirmations of that. Yeah, we don't have any confirmations of that. So with this one, yeah, we got the break above. We got the break above. So just be careful of any retest. You will then be able to manage your position. You'll be able to manage your position, right? You'll be able to manage your position. So I was waiting to buy silver back on these lows, right? I was waiting to buy silver back to these lows. I mean from these lows, if it came back down. If it came back down, but we can see that didn't happen. So I'll see if I get a setup. If I get a retest correction, then I'll start to look for my entries if this corrects. If not, if it goes all the way up, then it's okay. It's okay, yeah. Cool. So yeah, so that retest, just be aware of it, and then yeah, we're gonna take it up. We're gonna take it up. Let me see where it is. All right. So also, if you zoom out, you see that 71.3. That 71.3, that is the previous high. All right. Also be aware of this high there. I'm not saying price is gonna bounce or what, but just be aware of that high. Yeah, so this one, very nice one towards the upside. I don't think it's gonna come back and retest. Yeah, but we'll see. So we are first going up to 71.3. We are first going up to 71.3. So gold as well. Gold should be breaking then, right? Gold should be breaking. This 1 hour candle to close with a spike and then go up. I think the 4 hour as well. Okay, the 4 hour is still aggressive. All right. Yeah, I think, yeah, when it comes to gold and silver, this is the update. This is the update. So if gold breaks out, then it could potentially give us this continuation up. Could potentially give us this continuation towards the upside, right? That 15 minutes zone potentially give us that push towards the upside. All right. Yeah, silver would have been nice. Is there anyone who also caught silver? Is there anybody who also caught silver? Maybe. Let's see. I don't know. All right. And then we had a look at US 30 and NASDAQ. We had a look at US 30 as well as NASDAQ, yeah? So look what's happening. Look what's happening. Wait, let me do this. Right, we spoke about US 30 NASDAQ pushing up, all right? After this correction, pushing towards the upside. And it did push. Unfortunately, I haven't had an entry here. I didn't get an entry, but we said that NASDAQ, we're anticipating NASDAQ to push to around these zones, right? Around these zones. So it tapped this low. It's pushing towards the upside, and the analysis has just been upside. So yeah, I'll look for a correction. I'll look for a correction for me to look for buy opportunities, right? I'll look for a correction. It completed the first one there. So if it corrects again, I'll look for a correction. But yeah, NASDAQ is bullish. It is still bullish. It is still bullish. Let's do this. So looking at NASDAQ now, yeah, this price action is a bit ranging. There's no, yeah, I'm gonna wait for NASDAQ just to develop further and show me more price action so I can see what I'm talking about. So here it's a little bit rangy. It could do this first, right? It could spike down one more time before it goes up, right? It could do this first. At the moment, it's not what's this? It's not clean at the moment. It's not clean. It's just a bit rangy. The direction is bullish. The structure is bullish, right? Yeah, at the moment, just it's not that clean. So I'm just gonna give it a bit of time. But it could correct, come back down before it goes up. So this is what I'm looking for. All right. So yeah, so just gonna wait a little bit on this one. Right, and then US 30 also has started to push. Well, it has been pushing up. So here I got a break even here. Right, I got a break even, but I'm still looking for longs. Let me do this. Okay, so US 30 is still the same. It's still the same, yeah? It hasn't changed, still the same. The analysis is still the same. So what we're getting here is a higher low. We are getting a higher low here. And then if you look at price on the lower time frame, this is what price has been reacting to. So obviously a break of this structure looks like you're going to get a push towards the upside, a continuation. So we would take this as a continuation up back to that area, back to this area here. Yeah, that is the move I would be interested in here. Let me look at Nasdaq. Yeah, okay, Nasdaq, it's US 30 is a little bit more cleaner than Nasdaq. So US 30, we just need a break, a close above this, and then gonna look for setups. Gonna look for my setups. But yeah, this one hasn't changed, right? It's still the same. Still the same. Still the same. All right, so Nasdaq, it's a little bit not clean. Gonna wait. But I see this coming back down first before it goes up. So it seems like it's looking for a higher low. It's looking for a higher low, right, before we go up. And then US 30 has already found a higher low. So now it's ready to go up. All right, it's ready to go up. Robert in a buy on GBP JPY from, all right. Let's see, are you in profits there? GBP JPY, the yen pairs. Yeah, we've been bullish with the yen pairs. So if you took advantage of the yen pairs, then you really should be in profit, right? You're just gonna wait for them to move. GBP JPY, let me see where it is now. Yeah, remember with GBP JPY, we're anticipating it to go back to these highs, right? Because of the bigger structure, the structure on the daily, weekly time frame. But you also have this strong swing down. We also have this strong swing that went down here. So that hasn't changed, right? That hasn't changed. That hasn't changed. That's a very strong swing down. So minimum, I'm anticipating it to go back to that swing minimum. All right. So let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let me do this. Yeah, the yen pairs, don't sleep on the yen pairs, especially with what they're doing now and the price action they are showing. Don't sleep on them. Don't sleep on them. If you don't know what to trade, guys, if you feel overwhelmed, you don't know what to trade, I would suggest you have a look at the JPY pairs. They may not pay you as much as what your gold will pay you, what your commodities will pay you. But, sometimes it's not about it. Sometimes it's about catching quality trades, right? Sometimes it's not about catching a lot of trades at once, the quantity. No, it's about catching the quality of the trade. So, JPY pairs, there's been quality trades from when I started to talk about them with you guys. There's just been quality trades, right? So yeah, I'm happy that you guys are taking advantage of it. I can see Robert, Kula, I can see also there. I'll get to your comment quickly here. I'll get to your comment quickly. All right, cool. So higher low, right? Higher low. Let me put the structure here. So higher low also here. So where GBP JPY is, what are we expecting? We're anticipating this to continue pushing up, right? Because of that higher low. Simple. Now, yeah, just manage your manage your trade, because this now, it has given us a low, so we're anticipating price to go up, right? I'm seeing this zone here. I'm seeing this zone. There's a possibility it might try to tap this zone before it goes up. This is a demand zone. We've got this demand zone here. So just be aware, price might come back to tap this zone before it goes up, or it can still go up from here. All right. So just make sure that your stop loss is you have given the market enough room to breathe in terms of your stop loss. Yeah. But yeah, we're good to go. We are good to go. Yeah, yeah, we are good to go. We are good to go. Yeah, we're good to go. So GBP JPY, this is how we're looking. One more push up. You also in a buy on AUD since yesterday. Let's see AUD USD. All right, so this is what we have. All right, so you see where the market is now. Right, see where the market is now. So with your buy, you need a break of this, right? Yeah, you would need a break of that. So look at where the market is. There are two possibilities here. I mean, the market aggressively fell from this area. So there are two possibilities. Either this is going to break and continue up, or it's going to give us a push towards the downside from there. Right? This is where the market is. So if this structure holds price, then you're going to get something like this, right? It could be a correction before price goes up. It could be that, right? We just have to wait and see how it's going to form when it has done that. You see that? So yeah, so there are these two possibilities. Just be careful of these, right? You want this to break. If that is a resistance, you're going to get this. You're going to get that. All right. Thank you for the advice on JPY pairs. I'm on in a buy. It has been 2 weeks now and still going strong. Yeah, NZD JPY, you've been holding a buy for 2 weeks now. And NZD JPY went up actually. I remember. It really went up. Whoa. NZD JPY went up, right? Yeah, Kula, you must be smiling right now. You must be smiling. You must be smiling right now. You must be smiling. So that is the target. That is what we're targeting. 98, 98, 99. That 99, 98 zone there. So you see now where the market is. Make it very simple. Where the market is, you would want the market to break out of this now. You would want the market to break out of this. Right? It's nothing but a continuation pattern, right? You can have a look at it like this, but you would want the market to break out of this and then continue going up. So this is where you would start managing your positions. You would start to manage your positions here. All right, you see that? Simple. But let me do it this way. Let me do it this way. Let's do this. All right, looking at the structure. Looking at the structure right here. Well, it is still bullish, right? So you would want price to proceed and break above this, break out of this. Then we're good to go. We're good to go. We're good to go. So yeah, it's a nice one. GBP JPY, NZD JPY, beautiful. So also keep an eye on CAD JPY as well, right? Robert, Kula, and the rest. Keep an eye on CAD JPY as well. USD JPY, I got out. I had a buy on USD JPY yesterday. I got out because that one is moving a bit slow. So yeah, I decided to get out, but we'll have a look at it. We'll have a look at it. All right. Wait. Yeah, simple. This is a continuation. So it completed this pattern. So now there's a continuation up now. Continuation up. It's very simple. Wait. GBP, let's go back to GBP JPY. So GBP JPY as well, anticipating a continuation. Yeah, even if it comes back to tap this demand zone, all right, even if it does that, but still anticipating a continuation up. The continuation up, right? NZD JPY, boom. So AUD USD, just be careful of where price is now, right? If it breaks this structure, then good. You're gonna make more pips out of this. Get more pips out of this. CAD JPY. Let's have a look at CAD JPY. CAD JPY. CAD JPY. Yeah. Ooh. The bigger time frame analysis is still the same, guys, right? So what I'm gonna do on the JPY pairs is I'm gonna go straight to the point. The higher time frame analysis remains the same. It hasn't changed. So here I'm looking for a buy on a CAD JPY, looking for a buy. So like we said yesterday, as long as it broke this low, anywhere around here, we're expecting a push towards the upside, as long as it broke this low, right? Which then completes this pattern. So what's happening now, let me look at the daily, the 4 hour. All I'm doing here, guys, is nothing but market structure. So do you see the lines I have? These horizontal lines I have is to highlight structure and where was the previous structure, where the market is right now. So this is not your support and resistance, right? I'm not saying that this is support and resistance. I'm using these lines just for structure, but it has to be in combination with other things. So yeah, so this is where we are right now. Remember this correction here, right? There are signs that this correction is complete, especially since it went down to this demand zone. It tapped this demand zone. Now we're going up. So the continuation here, looking for a buy. I'm looking for a buy. So all I'm waiting for, let this just correct, right? I'm just looking for a correction. I'm going to look for a correction on the 1 hour M15 time frame for this, right? I'm going to be looking for that correction on the 1 hour time frame, 15 minutes, for a move towards the upside. All right. So yeah. So CAD JPY, you know, even if it goes to this high, this is a lot of pips. This is a quality setup. Even if it goes to that high, even if it goes back to that high, quality setup. Quality setup. And then you guys know the target, right? Here's the target. There is where the target is, right there. That's where the target is. So all of these highs I'm pointing out, these are areas where we can, you know, we can choose to close the trade if you want, or start managing your trade, right? All of these highs. So yeah, so we're going up now, waiting for a buy. I'm waiting for a buy here. Let me look at these candles. Let me look at these candles. Something important to note here, guys, right? So many of you guys might be asking, but price is going up now. Why don't you execute the buy and then just manage that trade if price corrects after that? No, that's a valid question, right? That's a valid question. Something about candlesticks, or at least with with how I want candles to print to start showing me areas I could get my buy is this. If you look at how these candles are here, you notice that there's a lot of wicks to the upside, downside, right? So, and I want to show you something as well. I want to compare this to something. Yeah. So look at these candles and look at these ones. Look at these ones, right? Between the two, the one that's much more cleaner is the first one. These candles and how they are much more cleaner than the second ones, right? These ones, look at how big the bodies are. Even if you've got wicks, but the bodies are big. You know what this means? It means if the body is big like this, that means it broke the previous high of the previous candle, which is a structure, right? It went up and gave us a strong, a strong high, if I may put it that way. So look at the distance between the previous high and this high, right? So now that's an impulse. That's an impulse, right? And then whatever happens there, I mean, momentum is still bullish. But if you take a look at this, look at how messy this is. Look at how small the bodies of the candles are. That's number one. And on top of that, there's a lot of wicks, right? So even though it's going up and will probably still go up, but when these candles are like this, it's become a little bit of a challenge for me to get an entry I would anticipate. It becomes a bit of a challenge. We could still get a correction, but what I would want is this to happen, right? A reaction like this, so that on the lower time frame, let's say for instance, this was the correction here. I just want to go to the lower time frame and show you guys something, right? So it doesn't matter whether this is the 4 hour. Let's say this was just any different time frame, and then we go to a much lower time frame. Let me show you this. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Now watch this, guys. I'm gonna go back, right? Let me just remind you. Let me remove this. So what I'm saying to you is, this is the type of reaction I would want, this aggressiveness, so that it gives us these huge higher highs, right? This is a trend. It gives us these huge higher highs. It's a clean trend. You see, even with this high there, look at how it's higher than the previous one. So which means the corrections that are going to form afterwards to give us these higher lows, they are going to be so clean and so simple, right? Compared to the ones that could form when there's this busyness, whatever of there. And I want to show you guys something. So if I move to a much lower time frame, it doesn't matter whether it's the M15 or what, but the point is, whatever the higher time frame was, you're going to move to a lower time frame. Look at this. Look at how clean this correction is. Look at how clean this correction is, right? Went back to tap the structure. Look at the second one. Went back to tap the structure. This is because of how clean the move on the higher time frame was. It was. So this is where now you could get your demand and supply zones forming. This is where you can get your demand and supply zones forming. Look at that. This was a demand zone. Another demand zone is here. So when price retraced, right, it went back to the demand zone, went up, boom, because there was a demand zone here. There was another one also down here, another order block down here. So it went to the first one. So you would have anticipated either this one or the one below. Either this one or the one below, right? In a case where you get two order blocks. So on this one, it was just one order block. There was no other order block here, at least on this time frame. There was just one order block. So you would have focused on this order block, on this demand zone, right? You see here as well, there was an order block here. Look at that again, boom. So this is because this is a clean move because of the higher time frame, right? Now let's go to where price is. Look at this. Now compare these things, guys. Compare these movements. Look at this. There's nothing wrong with this, but compare this to compare this to this. This one is much more cleaner. This one is much more cleaner. All right. So unfortunately, the market will not give you clean trends all the time. It won't give you clean trends all the time, unfortunately. All right. It won't do that. But yeah, well, we just have to deal with it. We just have to deal with it. So just to take you through some, some hacks, not hacks, but some, I don't know what you want to call it, some educational snippets. All right. You always have to be aware of how your trend is moving, guys. All right. I've come across guys in my journey of trading, right? I've come across guys, profitable guys, who, when it comes to a trend, they are very specific on the ideal trend they want to trade. They are very specific, right? It does not mean that if the trend is ugly, they won't trade it. No. But what I'm saying is you would find that they would over leverage on their positions if the trend is smooth like this. That's what I mean. When it comes to the risk management, the rules as per their trading plan is that once they find a smooth trend like this, that's where they over leverage, right? That's where they over leverage because, they've got many years of trading experience. And then, I don't think they would focus really on a trend like this. I don't think that would focus really on the trend. So to them, it's the smoother the trend is, the cleaner the money. The smoother the trend is, the cleaner the profits they would get without any hassle. All right. So yeah, but nonetheless, CAT JPY looking for a continuation up to take us all the way to, first this top. Right? And then secondly, that top. So we're going to use these tops to manage our trades. We're going to use these tops to move our stop losses. Our target is this one. That's our target right there. These ones are just to manage the trades. All right. So that's CAT JPY. Let's quickly look at Euro JPY. Euro JPY is still in the, okay, now seems like now it's moving. Now it's moving. Let's expand this. Okay, so Euro JPY, right? Two things to be careful of. There's a possibility it can still create a new low and then go up, and then there's a possibility it's gonna break and go up. It's gonna break and go up, right? So yeah, it doesn't matter what's gonna happen. Either the buy I'm looking for is gonna be somewhere down here, or we'll see the breakout. We'll check the breakout. And the dollar yen, as well, right? It's moving a little bit slow. So I got out of this one because of how it's moving. It's slow. So let me show you this. Yeah, so this thing, what is the dollar yen? The dollar yen, I want the dollar yen to break out of this before I look for my trades, because the way it's moving, it may give us one more push down before it goes up. It's moving in a wedge. Right? Your rising wedge. So we know a rising wedge to be what? To be a reversal pattern, right? So the reason I'm looking for a break above is that the rising wedge could easily do this. It could do this one more time before it does this, right? We know the rising wedge to be a reversal pattern. So if it's approaching a strong level of resistance, it could easily do this first, before going up. So if I'm looking for a buy, I would want price to break. Either it breaks from these levels or it goes down first before it goes up. Yeah, so there's a lot of possibilities on this one, which it would not really be amongst the top pairs in my watch list, right? It wouldn't really be the top of my watch list, but still watching it carefully, watching it carefully, right? So this one, I'll look at this one maybe next week. All I want is for price to break out of this first, out of that first. The way it's moving is a little bit slow. Good morning, my brother. I'm gonna buy USD Swiss. Can you check it? Yeah, USD. I saw it. I saw USD Swiss last night, and I saw that it is preparing to go up, you know, last night. So you see what's happening here. Exactly what we spoke about. Let me stretch this chart. Let me stretch this chart. So nothing changes on this one. Nothing changes. We have this, we've got this zone. We also have this structure, right? So this zone and this structure there, all right? So the idea was this is gonna be the TP, or that's gonna be the TP. That was the idea, right? Those TP. And if you look at where the trend is now, it's creating a higher low, so it's definitely about to continue to resume trading higher. Let me first do this. Yeah, so it has found a higher low. It has found a higher low. So yeah, now we're looking for a continuation up. Looking for a continuation up. All right. Great stuff. Even this high, I'll show you. Even this high right here. Even this high. That's a decent take profit, even this high. Or maybe you manage your trades there. Yeah. So just manage your trade, and yeah, the trend has resumed trading higher. The trend has resumed trading higher. The trend has resumed trading higher. All right. So that's USD Swiss. USD Swiss. What do you think of Euro Swiss? Yo, Euro Swiss is the worst pair. Euro Swiss is the worst pair. Yo. And if you guys notice, I never look at Euro Swiss. It's the worst. Okay, well, at least in my experience, it's the worst. But let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's see where things are. Okay. Okay, I'm starting to see the structure here. Okay, cool. So this is how I would look at Euro Swiss, all right? I would do this. So definitely this is where the resistance is. Looking at these lower highs, that's where the resistance is. So where it is right now, my thought process would be we are going back to that high. We are going back to that high. This is what has happened. Look at where price is coming from. So there's a nice decent channel. We are coming from the low. So we are going to the high. All right. There. So this is your trend now. This is your trend. We've completed the low. All right. Now looking at, you know, the lower time frames, we need price to break out of this. So we have this. The market swept that low, which now, so if you look at this low, from this low, the market swept that low, and then it went back to to create this high, right? Only from this high, that's when we get this aggressive move. So that high is important to me. And that's where price is reacting from right now. It has broken the other highs. It is reacting from this high, right? So for any buy opportunities, we need the following here. We either need a correction, something like this, to go up and break. We need a pattern that is going to go up and break that. So something like this, right? Or we need a break of that and then the correction afterwards. All right. So what I'm saying is this high, this is where it is, right? This is where the market is reacting to right now. You can see how aggressively price went down. So we need some sort of a structure that's going to force price to break that that structure. We need some sort of a pattern that's going to force price to break that. And the pattern I have in mind is, you know, a continuation pattern like this. You see here, there was a continuation pattern, then price went up. If the market forms that pattern again, then the focus would be down here. The focus would be down here for a push towards the upside, right? Or if it breaks where it is, then we're gonna wait for a correction to form, which might be a retest. We're gonna wait for the correction to form and then to look for continuation towards the upside. This. All right. So let's see if we're gonna get the correction. If that happens, then definitely the focus would be down here for some buys. If not, this is just gonna break towards the upside. It's just gonna break towards the upside here. And it seems like there could be a short-term sell. Seems like there could be a short-term sell here. Yeah, this could potentially give us a short-term sell. A short-term sell. Yeah, I mean, this short-term sell back down here. Short-term sell back down to this zone. You know, it can still continue carrying on lower, but short-term back down to the zone. Yeah, Euro Swiss, I see a short-term sell here. A short-term sell. But on the bigger time frames, this is the swing. On the lower time frames, this is the short-term sell. So that's how Euro Swiss is looking. All right. So ladies and gentlemen, we have ran out of time. Yeah. I see gold is struggling to break. No, anticipate to break above and close above. Let's have a look. We've ran out of time. So, okay. Yeah. Now, do you see gold? It's what? 4616. You've got 4616. Yeah, that 4616, right? Now you see this candle here. This candle is good. It's good, right? The market, you know, tapped this zone. So at any point, we're gonna do this at any point, right? It's not that it's struggling. It's just that this candle just opened, right? It just opened what 35 minutes ago. It just opened. So yeah, so just gonna wait for it to then do this. As long as it doesn't take the low of this week, the next coming candles, as long as they don't take the low of this week, we're good to go towards the upside. Yeah, great stuff, guys. We've ran out of time. We'll do this again a bit later at 12, but yeah, this is how things are looking at the moment. Yeah, clean, straightforward, and I'll catch you guys later. All right, cheers everyone, have a good one.